Welcome to WWE NXT review for November 7th of 2018. Three good matches on the card. The Lars Sullivan Velveteen Dream main event was a spectacular one at that. Lars Sullivan looked like a fucking powerhouse. Velveteen Dream, even though he may have lost in the main event, looked like $1 million. And sold Lars Sullivan very well, by the way. Lars Sullivan, I do believe went ahead and really banged up Velveteen Dream pretty bad. So I don't think Velveteen Dream was selling all the different spots that they did throughout this match. But nonetheless, he sold Lars Sullivan in a very drastic way. Making Lars Sullivan, in my eyes, look better than Braun Strowman ever could look. And Braun Strowman used to take things and rip things apart and throw people across the arena and all kinds of fucking crazy ass shit. Lars Sullivan, to me, looks like a better version of Braun Strowman than Braun Strowman himself. But then again, that's NXT for you, and WWE main roster is a piece of shit. So, anyway, moving on to things, we had the special video package by Johnny Gargano to explain his actions to why he attacked Aleister Black many months ago, back near August, towards the NXT TakeOver Brooklyn event. This matchup was this whole not matchup, excuse me, was the promo video package was very, very good. Johnny Gargano did it in a very simplistic manner, the more reasonable manner than what I was suggesting. What I was kind of expecting them to go ahead and do was a little wild, out of the ordinary, kind of crazy idea that, isn't normal, but it would have been, to me, kind of cool to see that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa were actually in cahoots with each other to help them both benefit their careers in a sense. So that wasn't the case at all. Really, at this point, they just went along with the whole Johnny Gargano trying to get even and get where he wanted to go with his path towards the NXT World title and getting revenge on Tommaso Ciampa. So once again, we go reverting back to Johnny Gargano's want for revenge on Tommaso Ciampa, and with that path going towards Tommaso Ciampa, he had to go through Aleister Black in the process to get to that point. So that is why Aleister Black was attacked by Johnny Gargano. He also does mention some other things that seems to portray a change or a morph of his character, evolving of his character. He's still the good guy. He's still that good guy that wants to do right, but he feels at this point in his career, being in WWE's NXT, that he can't be that person anymore. So in a sense, he wants to be that good guy, but he has to be bad. He has to be a badass motherfucker to get where he wants to go, because in NXT, if you want to go somewhere, you got to run through brick walls, and in order to do that, you have to fight dirty to do it. So that is his whole explanation to why he turned in on Aleister Black the way he did. Now, my personal opinion, do I like this? Kind of, I do. I kind of don't. Because now we're kind of got him in a realm where he's kind of like a good guy, not a good guy. He's starting to embrace the bad side than being a straight up, flat out good guy. Now, you could look at this as a Stone Cold type of anti-hero type of look. I mean, not exactly just like Stone Cold Steve Austin, because being just like Stone Cold is not being original. But he is starting to develop he's even stated this in the video package, he's starting to embrace the dark side of himself while still having the good part of him inside who he is. So it's kind of a little twist on words, kind of a little contradiction, to be honest with you. But at the end of the day, his main goal is to win a world title, beat Tommaso Ciampa. He still even mentions that. His whole goal was, at the end of all of this, was to get Tommaso Ciampa and take away the World Heavyweight title. So apparently that goal is still in mind, and that is still on the plate for Johnny Gargano, and that's the path he's going to go. So he's got to get through Aleister Black first before he can join back to getting to that World Championship once again and to face Tommaso Ciampa. So people, I can guarantee you this. By the end of the season of wrestling, which for WWE is at WrestleMania in April, so at April 6th, TakeOver in New York, or TakeOver in New Jersey, whatever the fuck they're going to call it, you can guarantee this. You're going to see Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano go at it for the NXT World title, and Johnny Gargano is going to win the NXT World title. So that is what I believe we are going to see. And that's what we deserve to have. Because at the end of the day, the story did not really come to an end. How can you have the story come to the end at TakeOver Brooklyn, where Johnny Gargano injures his knee and can't get up for a count of 10? You can't do it that way. It's not the way you want to end that storyline. How you want to end it is just like a Daniel Bryan type of feel. You want to get Johnny Gargano to fight through the demons that are within himself that he's dealing with, the anger, the frustrations. That's what he is dealing with, and he's embracing it because he feels that's the only outlet that's going to get him through all the bullshit until he can get Tommaso Ciampa and rip Tommaso Ciampa's head off and rip the title away from Tommaso Ciampa altogether. That is the whole basis and point of this storyline. Once again, Aleister Black is the middleman towards the storyline for Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. That is all there is to it. And it kind of sucks for Aleister Black, but at the end of the day, if you're going to have Aleister Black get off the WWE NXT roster to the main roster, I guess you could say this was the best case scenario for him to at least put him in the spotlight of the main event. And be a major headline towards the storyline of Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So at the end of the day, I think this is a good decision. It's a solid one. I don't disagree with the idea and path that they're going with this, so I'm okay with the decision that they've went on with this. I still think it would have been kind of funny if they would have went with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa being in cahoots, trying to benefit each other's career to be in the spotlight of the main event instead of and also hating on Aleister Black for the fact that he has the world title and neither one of them have the belt in their grasp. So that's something that I thought was it would have been kind of a cool idea they could have done. But regardless, here or there, it doesn't really matter. So, matches on the card also. Dakota Kai faced Natalia Conte. This matchup was pretty good. Dakota Kai, I have to admit, she has definitely improved. With each and every match, she is getting better and better. She's moving very smoothly in the ring. She's doing her moves very good. There's not too much... I really don't see too much mistakes going on or botches in her game right now. At least in this match, I didn't see a whole lot of any kind of major mistakes or any weirdness going on in the ring that made it look like it was not flowing correctly or looking like it seemed out of sorts that would not look very common if it was a real sport type of look. So I think at the end of the day, she did a very good job in her matchup against her opponent, and Dakota Kai actually wins with an inverted backstabber. Very unique move. Looks like a Hurricanrana formed into a backstabber at the shoulder blade. So I think that's pretty fucking cool in itself. And a good match by her, regardless. Heavy Machinery faced the Forgotten Sons in the opener of the show. Well, what the fuck do you know, people? We're getting a freaking match to open the show instead of a fucking gosh darn normal everyday segment where the guy promotes a fucking matchup and talks a bunch of bull hockey that nobody cares about for 15 minutes. Oh boy, Vince, hey, you might want to take some notes, but you've definitely lost my attention to want to watch your piece of shit show. Regardless if SmackDown has a decent show or not, I don't even fucking watch SmackDown either. I'm just so fucking fed up with the main roster. The only thing I put up with is the WWE pay-per-views, and that's all I will watch and review on this channel. Because the bottom line is, guys, I cannot do week-to-week shows and review this shit. You already know that if you've been following the videos on this channel. So that's all there is to it on that. But getting back to what I'm reviewing. The NXT episode did add some really good matches. The Heavy Machinery versus the Forgotten Sons with Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake against Otis and Tucker was actually a very decent opener to the show. I actually enjoyed this one as well. The Heavy Machinery walk away with the victory. Lars Sullivan picks up his victory over Velveteen Dream, but making Velveteen Dream still look very strong going into the TakeOver War Games event, with Tommaso Ciampa making a surprise appearance at the end of the matchup, distracting Velveteen Dream and making him lose the match to Lars Sullivan. After the match ended, Tommaso Ciampa did get an advantage over Tommaso Ciampa and hit a flying elbow drop from the top rope. The special referees were actually, not special referees, the referees were getting involved trying to separate the two, especially with Velveteen Dream trying to really destroy Tommaso Ciampa before their main event matchup for the world title could even happen. So the referees got involved. They were trying to separate him, but eventually he got to the top rope, dropped the elbow drop on Tommaso Ciampa and held the title high over his head, looking like a fucking $1 million. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you something. Velveteen Dream is gold. There is no way, and I mean no fucking way, WWE can fuck up Velveteen Dream. All they have to do is follow the same blueprint they have set for freaking Velveteen Dream's character on the main roster, and he will succeed. The fans love him. He is like The Rock. He's got The Rock's personality in the sense of a light, toned down version of him without the cussing, without the vulgar language, and without the dirty sense of humor. He's also got a lot of great moves. He performs in the ring like fucking Macho Man Randy Savage, Shawn Michaels mixed together, and his mic skills is like The Rock. He is a very entertaining, highly energetic, athletic wrestler that WWE has, and he's only in his early 20s. This guy is got to succeed in the main roster. If there's anyone out of the NXT that needs to succeed, it's this guy. There is no doubt in my mind this guy will not succeed. If he does not succeed in the WWE main roster, one, Vince McMahon has lost his fucking mind, and two, which is the number one thing I worry about because Booker T suffered with this situation his whole entire career, is his race. And people, I don't care what you say on this channel, if you post a comment on this video or not, Vince McMahon is probably one of the fucking biggest racists I have ever seen when it comes to black wrestlers. I have not seen one black wrestler succeed in WWE's main roster at all. Booker T had to turn into a schmuck to become a world heavyweight champion in WWE programming. Now, one time in WCW, did he have to change his personality and make himself into a fucking goofball to go ahead and make himself a world champion? Now, granted, his WCW title reigns were not long. They weren't that impressive, but they gave him the fucking belt because they felt he deserved to have it and have some title wins under his belt. So that is what I'm trying to say to you guys. Velveteen Dream's got that same scenario that could happen to him because of an owner not believing in the black wrestlers. Now, you can say whatever you want. You can say I'm a fucking dumbass for saying that. I don't really care. Because bottom line is, if you look back on history with some of the black male performers, they have not gone ahead and done shit in WWE. You got 3 guys who have been in the top of the hunt in WWE Tag Team Championships called the New Day. Have they done anything else relevant besides winning Tag Team Championships? Fuck no. Big E won the Intercontinental title, had a joke run with that belt, nobody gave a shit. He faced no contenders that were even highly compatible with him that can help elevate that title and make him and the opponent seem something and worth something to the WWE audience. Now, one fucking thing screams out to me that I should have cared to watch any of the pay-per-views he defended his Intercontinental title. They have not gotten this team serious. They make them a joke, and they make them a catastrophe on WWE's main programming. You cannot take this man seriously. Not any of the 3 on that team. Now, granted, I will admit this. Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston would be better as a tag team, and Big E should be the big honcho guy holding a singles title. WWE Championship, make the fucking damn the New Day mean something. Evolve the fucking tag team already. Yes, I'm going off case with off the bandwagon with the whole off the tracks with the whole WWE NXT review here, but let's get a little real here, okay? Since I'm getting into the whole commentary about blacks not getting a fair shake in WWE's main roster, let's be real. Big E deserves to, at some point, become a singles world champion. That is what they should be doing. They should go ahead and evolve New Day's group into something more important than a comedic joke show with flinging pancakes and throwing cereal into the audience. They should not be something for fucking breakfast. They should be going ahead and producing a serious role with these guys. They did this once before at one point during the Usos versus the New Day type deal, and the New Day, Big E got very serious, and it was very sellable. That is what we need to see out of the New Day for us to believe in this tag team. They were great as a comedic team. Let's get them evolved into something more than that. Make them more serious. Get them more pissed off. Get them enraged. Get them wanting to move forward with their team. The fucking slogan of their team is called New Day. It's time for a new day for the New Day to become new. And that's what they need to fucking do with that team. So, that's all I have to say on that subject. I'm not going to go in any further black African-American superstars on the main roster. But if you want to get technical, I'll do one more. Bobby fucking Lashley, okay? Bobby Lashley it may not be the greatest superstar in the world, or be somebody that you could turn into a main eventer and keep him there for a long period of time. But out of all the guys that were on TNA, he was the number one notch guy you could believe in. One, he's an MMA fighter. He has technical wrestling skills. He can actually kick people's asses. And number 3, he is a fucking guy that they centered their attention around and gave a world title to and didn't make him smile in the middle of the fucking ring every fucking week like they did with him on Monday Night Raw. This guy needs to be more serious, and he don't need a spokesman like Lio Rush, who should be doing more with his career because he was an independent wrestling sensation in fucking House of Glory and other wrestling promotions as well. Lio Rush, a fucking manager. Is he injured? Does he have a problem with his legs or his arms or his limbs? Or does he have a neck problem? Or is he just plain fucking sick of wrestling? Get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. WWE is an absolute complete bullshit show. And NXT's the better show, and it should be fucking looked at as the A show. Not a C show, not the minor leagues, not any kind of other type of league, but the fucking major leagues. Because this is the way WWE main programming should be produced like. But it's not. It's absolute, complete crap with no care and no energy or any thought behind it each and every fucking week. And that's why I don't review that fucking shit no more. Anyway, guys, leave your comments and opinions down below. I'll get back to you on that. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. And hit the like button if you like the video. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great night.